Alright, what's up everybody? So today's video, well, first of all I want to say I hope everybody had a good week. And this week I decided to put a feeding video up. And the first ones I want to feed here is going to be my Brachypelmas. I have my Brachypelma Smithy down here and I have my Brachypelma Boehmei over there. This one here, they both just molted last week. And I don't know if you remember, back in another feeding video, I think I mentioned that I rehoused these two guys into these containers. And before you know it, they molted. And they pretty much doubled their size. So, I mean, they've only been in here for about 3 or maybe 3 months at the most. And I'm going to be rehousing them into some bigger containers. Now that they molted, I'm going to get a couple meals in them. And then I'm going to rehouse them. But I was in a hurry to show them off. I didn't want to wait for the rehouse videos. So I figured I'd make this feeding video here. So this is my Brachypelma Smithy. I know I apologize for the poor lighting in here, but you can see. I'll put a picture in here of what he did look like. And then you can see what he looks like now, because he pretty much took on the adult coloration here. So there's definitely going to be a rehouse video, possibly from a Sling to color hood video for this one here. But for now, I'm going to drop a cricket. I'm going to drop a cricket in here. This will be the first meal after the molt, after a week. So I'm going to set my phone down and get a cricket ready, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Make sure it's focused for you guys. There we go. This guy pretty much doubled his size from the last molt, so he could stay in here, but I'm thinking I'm going to take him out and put him in a little different container. I like to get a water dish for him. What I've been doing is spraying once a week. I spray some water over there on the greenery and stuff like that. But I think what I like to do is just keep it dry. Maybe squirt some water down the side to get the bottom moist in case it wants to go down. And then just keep a water dish for him. So I'm going to pull the molt out of here. Get that out of there. I'll put that to the side. I'll get the lid back on. And we'll go straight to the Boehmei next. And now, just like the Smithy, when I put this guy in here, he was pretty much looking like a Sling. The Smithy may have had better colors, but this guy was looking like a Sling when I put it up in here. And it popped out with all the coloration as a Boehmei. But just like the Smithy, like I said, this guy doubled his size in that last molt. So I knew I'd had to put into a bigger container. Well, it went in a pre-molt again and molted again, and it pretty much doubled its size again. Like I can't believe how big this guy is. He's taking on so much coloration. I've only had this guy for about, I don't know, 8 months from a very small Sling until he put on this color like this. So I like to get him into something bigger with a water dish, maybe a little area with a side where he can get, you know, dig a little trench down there to go down if he wants to. But I'm gonna get a cricket ready and throw it in and watch him eat. This will be his first meal after the molt. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this guy's ready for a medium size, damn near ready for a large cricket already. So I'm gonna throw that in there like that. Hopefully I can get a shot of him coming up and grabbing it. There we go. Look at that beautiful tarantula right there, guys. Nice specimen. These Brachypelma Boehmei, they look so beautiful when they first molt, but they do kind of, at least this one anyway. After a few weeks, it gets like a rusty brown color. Not as pretty. I wish it would have came up a little more so I could have got a better shot of the whole thing here. I was gonna get the molt out, but I don't think I can because he's sitting on top of it. So I'm gonna maybe grab a little piece. There we go. Oh, scared him in. All right. I do want to talk a little bit about the urticating hairs. I never thought I was super sensitive to them, but I am. I would post a picture, but I'm a little too embarrassed about it. What my face looked like at the time. But I used to have my whole top of my area here full of molts. Sometimes I have one sitting on top of the lamp. And pretty much, I have a nightcap that I wear. I have long hair, so I have a nightcap that I wear. A lot of times when I get up in the morning, I throw my nightcap here. And I think some urticating hairs got onto my nightcap, and I woke up in the morning and I had a line of blisters across my forehead. Maybe I will attach a little photo. But yeah, they got me. So be aware of them urticating hairs of this, be aware of your work area and what you're doing around this area of the spiders, because the urticating hairs can be very itchy. Next up the bat here is my little Hollowfeli NC. I'm gonna have a rehouse video of this guy coming soon. I think that the container is in. Has some decent enough size for it. But of course, this little deli cup that it came in is pretty ugly, so I want to get in something a little bigger. Now this guy, for some reason, I thought for sure he would go straight for this little cricket, but he's not. You know what, maybe let me try a smaller cricket. Now I got a tiny cricket I can throw in here, but I wanted to save it for the C. elegans. But I'll throw it in here. This guy just molted about a week, 2 weeks ago. And he took a meal. So I know he's not in pre-molt. I just think he's a little nervous. No, don't you jump out. This is why I hate crickets. Don't you jump out. Get your butt in there. Because this little guy is normally a very good eater. There we go. I know he'd be hungry. I think he was just a little spooked at that one cricket because it was a little too big, so. And I'm not getting good lighting here. Let's bring it over a little bit. There we go. So, Hollowfeli NC. I'm gonna be having a rehouse video of this guy coming soon. I want to get it out of here into something a little, maybe not so much bigger, but something different. Because this guy, he likes to run when I open his container. And also when I'm spraying the webbing down, he gets really jittery and comes running out. And I'm afraid he's gonna run out of this little deli cup. So I want to get in something a little different so that when I'm spraying water in there, he won't have so much opportunity to run out rather than have more opportunity to run somewhere in, you know. So that video is getting put together right now as we speak. It'll be coming soon. So this little guy is the curly hair sling that I rehoused into this container a few weeks ago. And he turned himself into a little recluse. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn this off and get the flash on. This guy's really a recluse. Ever since the rehouse, he never comes out of this hole here. And every morning when I get up for work, I see him out here. But even with the slightest movement, even with the flashlight at night, he runs right back into that hole. So I can never get any feeding clips of this guy. And it's kind of frustrating because I like this little guy here. Right now he's at the very bottom. So I'm gonna drop something down in there. See if I can get a little glimpse of him eating here. Of course, it's not gonna go the way I want. So I'm gonna have to drop you straight in. And let's see, the little curly hair comes up and grabs it. Where's he at? Whereas now he's on the other side. Come on. Maybe I'll turn it sideways, get a better angle on it. This sucks. There we go. So there he is. You can see he's still got a little chamber built here. One hole coming down here, and then one hole on this side leading down that way. I'm gonna try and turn the flashlight off. And I missed it. I went to get a better light so I can see this guy better, and I missed it, but he grabbed. You can see him down there. Very reclusive. He likes staying in his hole. Never comes out. Next up is the Caribena Versicolor. I'm gonna drop a cricket down on his hole here. Come on. Oh, that always happens. That always happens. So he felt it. There he goes. He got it. Or she got it. I haven't checked the molt on this one, but I have a hunch. I have a feeling that this is going to be a female. I just hope so. Of course, I could be wrong. I never checked the molt. I have two, and the way they're maturing, one's maturing a little faster than the other, so I'm hoping this one is a female. Check that out. Doing a little dance right there for us. beautiful. Beautiful little tarantula. All right. Here we have my little Juruensis. My Avicularia gerensis M2. The last video was this little guy here. Let's see if I can get a nice feeding clip here. There we go. Dropped it in. It wasn't very clear, kind of blurry, but you can see. You can see those pink toes popping through. So he's gonna take that cricket down into the hole to never be seen again. And now for Mr. Brachypelma Albiceps. I have a suspicion this guy might be in pre-molt, so he may or may not go for the food. Well, he was hungry. So this guy's approaching 2 years old. And I am still patiently waiting for some adult coloration to come in here. And I have a feeling that with the next molt, I will. With the last molt, I noticed that the carapace is starting to get that golden color to it. But the rest of the body, not yet. So I'm hoping with the next molt, I started seeing something here. Next up, here's my young OBT. And it took me a while to get the confidence to even do this, to open this container and do this. But I've noticed this little guy here likes to stay inside of his hole anyway. And when he is out, he runs straight for the hole. So I'm hoping I can drop it right on top of the webbing here. And he comes out looking for some food. And I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, here we go. Yeah, nice little takedown there. Get the lid back on. Maybe we'll try to get the other one. So this little guy is hiding out right in there, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this container off, this lid off of here without this guy taking off out of the container. If I'm lucky, I can drop something in maybe and catch a small little shot. Give it a shot here. Let me get a cricket. I think what I'm gonna do is just drop the cricket right over there on the side. See if I can get it to come out over here and grab it. There we go. Of course, it didn't focus as much as I wanted it to, but OBT number 2. The cool little takedown. All right, last up here is going to be the Brachypelma Hamorii. Let's see if I can get it to come out here. There we go. This one never upsets when it comes to feeding. Of course, I don't feed it as much as I feed my slings, but it definitely has a good feeding response. It always takes the food down right away. Cool girl here. Had her for a few months. I still feel pretty lucky to have her. For those of you watching for the first time, this one here I picked up in PetSmart for 60 bucks. And it was this size when I got it. And it's a sexed female. The people in PetSmart let me take the molt home. I was able to check it. And it, in fact, is a female. So this will be part of my collection for a very long time. So this is the end of the video. And like I always say, if you made it this far, not everybody makes it this far. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.